Hey everyone, welcome to another ranking, and I got a recommendation to do this ranking, so here we go. Check this one out. Here's my ranking of Chris Columbus's movies. Okay, before I get to this ranking, I have to get through it really quick. Chris Columbus has a huge filmography. He's executive produced movies, wrote movies, all that shit. I couldn't do every Chris Columbus movie, so I'm only doing the Chris Columbus movies that he's directed. Yes, movies are movies Chris Columbus has directed. There's still 15 of them, so that's a lot, so I'm going to very quickly rank through all 15 Chris Columbus movies that he directed. Alright, let's get started. Coming at number 15, it's I Love You, Beth Cooper. Yes, I hate this movie. This is one of the worst pieces of shit comedies I've seen in like 10 years. I fucking hate this movie. Hayden Panettiere's god-awful. Every kid in this movie is god-awful. I hate how despicable and unlikable it is, and it tries to be likable. It tries to appeal to teens and tries to show the realism of teens, and it's not at all realistic. It's stupid. Bad jokes, bad drama, bad everything. I don't even think I put it on my top 10 worst teen movies, and I should have, because it's a pile of shit. It's forgettable, but it's a pile of shit. Coming at number 14 is Pixels. Yes, Pixels. Just watch my review of Pixels. I fucking hated it. It destroyed everything I love. If you love old school arcade video games, well, this movie takes a huge pile of shit on it. Yes, as Adam Sandler, that should just tell you enough. Coming at number 13 is 9 Months. Yes, I like Hugh Grant. I like some Hugh Grant movies. Like, I love Four Weddings and a Funeral. I love About a Boy. And a few others like Love Actually. This is hands down his worst film. Like, he has no chemistry with this lead girl. There's no good comedy, no good romance. It's pretentious, formulaic, and you can predict everything. It's just a boring ass movie. Yeah, one of the worsts. Coming at number 12 is Bicentennial Man. Yes, again, I love Robin Williams. Like, I can tell he's trying with this movie, but it's a pretty dated movie, a very corny movie, and tries to be sentimental, and it just fails across the board. The writing is dumb, the direction is sloppy, the premise is dumb, the characters are dumb, and this movie itself is pretty dumb. Like, I don't like this movie. It tries to have an emotional impact, it just fails across the board, and this movie is just terrible. Coming number 11 is Rent. I was never a fan of the Broadway show Rent. I was never a big fan of Rent. I don't like the musical of Rent, and they made a live-action movie of it, and I freaking hated it. I hated the characters, I hated the musical numbers, I hate how dark it is. It's not even a good dark, it's not like a dark, like, ooh, this is riveting. No, it's a dark, like, it's depressing and gungy, and I just didn't like it. I felt uncomfortable watching this movie, and the characters are just so either unlikable or just really stupid to watch, and yeah, none of the musical numbers are even catchy or memorable, and nothing about this movie is catchy or memorable, and yeah, I don't like this movie. Rent, terrible movie. Coming number 10 is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Thank God Chris Columbus didn't direct Sea of Monsters, because that's an even worse movie, but this movie's pretty bad. I like Logan Lerman. I think he's a great actor. I love him in 3:10 to Yuma. Love him in Perks of Being a Wallflower. I think he's a great actor. This is a god-awful movie, though. This is a shitty teen angst movie, and I just don't like it. It's pretty much saying, oh, you know Greek mythology? We can make it cool and hip and for teens and all that shit. Oh my god, these characters annoyed the living shit out of me. The effects look really bad, the characters are beyond irritating, and they got all these big actors, and they're all completely wasted, and I just wasn't into this movie. I didn't find it interesting, fascinating, or even funny. The only thing I liked about it was Sean Bean as Zeus. He's barely in the movie, but Sean Bean's good. Current number 9 is Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I watch this every Christmas. It's just a thing I do. It's not a good movie. Home Alone 2 is definitely not a good movie. It's no Home Alone 3 or 4. Those are... yeah. Home Alone 2 is still not a great movie. I can't believe Chris Columbus did this movie. I can't believe they made a sequel. Macaulay Culkin isn't very good. Harry and Marv. I love Harry and Marv, but they're just really stupid in this movie. But at least it has the Christmas feel. It feels like a Christmas movie. It's got Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry. But the jokes in this movie just fall flat, and the slapstick, it just isn't fun like it was in the first one. This one just seems a little cheesy and too cartoony, and I just wasn't into the movie. It does feel like a Christmas movie, and I love Tim Curry, so that's why I watch it every Christmas. I watch it once. Only once, every Christmas. My family loves it. I grew out of it. I used to love it as a kid, but I don't love it as much now. Coming number 8 is Stepmom. Yes, my mother loves this movie. She cries every single time. Good things about this movie, the performances are really good. Ed Harris, Susan Sarandon, Julia Roberts, they're all great. They're all awesome in this movie. But this movie just nails you over the head with sappiness. This movie is a straight-up tearjerker, and it knows it, and it just keeps hitting you over the head with it. Oh my god. It is annoying. I didn't cry once in this movie. I don't find this movie sad. Maybe I'm a heartless dick or something, but there is nothing about this movie I find sad. It is trying so hard to make you cry, and it just doesn't work. Just be sad. Have good atmosphere and tone and score and performances. That will make me sad. This movie is just trying so hard to make you cry. It took me out of the movie. Like, the movie itself is okay, because I love the performances, but oh my god, the movie tries to be so sad and sappy, and it took me out of it. It's a decent movie, but not a great one, because it just takes you out of it with its sappiness. Coming number 7 is Heartbreak Hotel. Another movie I could have really liked, but it's a little inconsistent with its tone. I could tell it was trying to be a drama comedy, but its comedy was so slapsticky and goofy, and its drama was really dark and weird and bleak. I'm like, you can't be both. You can be drama comedy, but balance the tones right. And this movie was tonally inconsistent, and it had a lot of no-name actors, but they did an okay job, but it was a little rushed, and the pacing was really off, and the consistency with the tones was way off too. But it's entertaining. I only watched this movie once, and it was entertaining. I watched it, and it's memorably entertaining, but it's not a movie I'd watch again. Coming number 6 is Only the Lonely. I love John Candy. I'm a big John Candy fan. I find him like the most likable guy. I love him. Just want to give him a big hug. Yes, I know he's dead. Rest in peace, John Candy. Love you, John Candy. But he just looks like a really cool guy. I love him in this movie, though. I think he's great in this movie. I love him in all his movies, whether it's Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck, or Only the Lonely. I love his chemistry with the lead girl. I love how he can be a very romantic guy. I love how he can actually do romantic comedies. He's funny, he's charming, he's likable. It's predictable as shit, this movie, but it's a likable movie. Coming number 5 is Home Alone. Yes, I really enjoyed the first Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin is good in this movie. I didn't like him in the second one, but I liked him in this one because he was a smart kid, but he also acted like a kid. And I love Catherine O'Hara, just this desperate mother trying to get home to her son, and I love Harry and Marv. They're not idiots in this one. They're a little stupid, but, you know, at least they act like real criminals. Like in the second one, they're just too stupid. This one, they're sort of dumb, but they act like criminals, and they're enjoyable to watch. I love frickin' Joe Pesci. He's awesome. I can tell through the whole movie, he's trying his best not to swear, because he swears in all his movies, so what he's doing is, I'm like, I bet he's trying to say the F word, but you can't. It's a kid's movie. And it's a kid's movie I love. It's a Christmas movie, and every Christmas I gotta watch it a bunch of times, and it's Home Alone. It's Home Alone. Ah! Coming number 4 is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Yes, Chris Columbus did 2 Harry Potter films. Every Harry Potter movie is great. Chamber of Secrets is not the best one, but I really enjoy it. It's so loyal to the source material. Chamber of Secrets is the shortest book, but the longest movie. It's 2 hours and like 43 minutes long. It's long as shit. And it's awesome. It's a great movie. It's a little bit too much like the first one, so that kind of takes you out of it, but it's much darker. It's a little more interesting at times, but yeah, the first one's a little better. But I love Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh as the new dark arts teacher was an amazing choice. He's just this idiot who thinks he's an amazing wizard, but he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know how to do anything, and he's just so great. I love him in this movie. I love the basilisk, Harry fighting the basilisk at the end. And I love how they dived more into Tom Riddle / Voldemort's backstory, and it's just a fascinating movie. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, and of course I love Chamber of Secrets. It's a great Harry Potter movie. Coming number 3 is Adventures at Babysitting. Elizabeth Shue, she's a great actress, and she's great in this movie, and I love this wild story about this girl trying to babysit these kids, and they just go on to a wild adventure, and it's hilarious. It's very good. It's a little crude at times with its comedy, which I really liked, and I had a lot of fun. This is just a fun movie. This movie actually makes people want to go babysitting. I'm like, hey, if babysitting is this fun, I want to be a babysitter. This sounds like a blast. And this movie is a complete blast. It's hilarious. It's adventurous. And it's just an entertaining movie. Yeah, it's a bit rushed at times, but I really, really enjoy it. And I love the kid characters. They could have easily made the child characters just these little brats, but they weren't. They were very likable, and everyone in this movie was likable, especially Elizabeth Shue, who looks great in this movie. And yeah, I love it. I love the music, I love the story, I love the comedy, and this movie's just great. Adventures in Babysitting, awesome movie. Coming number 2 is Mrs. Doubtfire. Yes, Euphigenia Doubtfire, dear. And I love this movie. Robin Williams, amazing in this movie. I think he got a Golden Globe win or something. Probably a nomination, actually. But he is so good in this movie. I love it. It's so good. Everyone knows Mrs. Doubtfire, so I don't need to go in details with this. I went into details with my top 10 Robin Williams movies. I love this movie. The comedy is top freaking notch, and Robin Williams is top freaking notch. This is my second favorite Chris Columbus movie. And my number one favorite Chris Columbus movie is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, yes. This is not my favorite Harry Potter movie, but this is my favorite Harry Potter movie that was directed by Chris Columbus. And this is what started it all, and it's a great adventure kids movie, fantasy movie. It's awesome. I love it. Dan Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson are great as Harry, Ron, and Hermione. They're awesome. Alan Rickman's great as Severus Snape. Richard Harris, I always loved him as Dumbledore. Michael Gambon did a very good job too, but I always loved Richard Harris as Dumbledore. And this movie just shows how kind and sweet Dumbledore is. And you also could tell he's a man with a lot of power, and I love this movie. I love it. I love the story of Harry Potter. I love how this began, this entire series, and it expanded it into something completely epic and completely amazing, and this started it all. And it's just an amazing movie. It's a great kids movie, great fantasy movie, and just a great movie in general. And it's, of course, my favorite Chris Columbus movie. So yeah, that was my ranking of Chris Columbus' movies from my least favorite to my favorite. So the comment section below, please tell me, what is your ranking of Chris Columbus' movies? Your least favorite to your favorite. Only his directing movies, by the way. Least favorite to your favorite, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.